my name's Steven, and today I'm going to share with you a safety overview of the CRWeld system. This safety overview will address three primary concerns. The first dealing with motion safety, the second deals with electrical safety, and the third deals with welding safety. So to begin, we're going to talk about the motion considerations that you need to be aware of as a user and operator of the CRWeld system. When working with the robot, it's important to be aware of the boundaries of the robot. This means the workspace of the robot in which it can be moved and in which it can reach as it works. Whenever you're within this boundary, you need to be cautious and aware of where the e-stops are at all times. If you ever experience any unexpected motion or ever feel in danger, you push an e-stop and that'll immediately stop the motion of the robot. There are two e-stops on the system. One e-stop is on the job controller and the second is on the control box. And when you push these e-stops, motion will immediately stop. It's also important to be aware of collisions that can occur as you're using the robot. Collisions can occur when something unexpected is in the work envelope of the robot, such as a fixture, a tool, or a person. And then collisions can also occur if the robot has not properly been taught the configuration of the torch. Collisions can also cause pinch points, so it's important to keep your hands and other body parts away from the robot and fixturing as the robot is moving. One example is if an unexpected part is in the workspace of the robot, as shown in this demonstration. If a hand is placed between the torch and the part, this can create a pinch point. Another example of a pinch point is if the robot is taught to move through something like a table, as shown in this demonstration. The user has two main parameters that control the severity of a collision, and these are the collision level and the max speed. So here's a motion that does not have a collision. At the moment, I have a collision level of 1 and a max speed of 200, and that means I have the most sensitive collision level and the lowest max speed. So now if I put a part in the way of the robot, this will cause a collision, and I can observe how much the part moves to get an idea of how much force is in the collision. So in this case, very little force was between the torch and the part, so the part moved very little. And now I'm going to turn the collision level up to 9. So it's hard to tell just by watching, but collision level 9 hits the part significantly harder than collision level 1. Now we'll do the same test, but now changing the max speed. This is what a collision looks like at a max speed of 200 and a collision level of 1. Now with the same program, I'm going to turn the max speed up to 500. You can tell this was a harder collision, and that is because a higher max speed gives the robot less time to react, and so you need to be cautious when increasing the max speed for the collision level. Electrical safety concerns deal with the AC power coming into the control box. 110 volts AC power come into the side of the control box, and once it's inside of the control box, it gets converted to 48 volt DC power using a power supply. So if you ever have the control box open, it's very important to be cautious of where your fingers are, as well as being cautious with the AC cable coming into the control box. It is very important to be aware of welding safety concerns when using the CRWeld system. With the CRWeld system, the robot has control over turning on the contactor of the power supply. That means the robot can turn on the welding arc, and if you're not expecting that, that can cause damage to your eyes or other body parts. So in this case, it's always a good idea to be wearing a helmet as well as proper gloves. The CRWeld job controller has an arm button at the bottom left. This button either enables or disables signals being sent to the welding power supply. Whenever doing dry runs with the robot, meaning running motion that you've taught, it's very important that this button is off if you are not intending to weld. Even when this button is off, you should have a helmet just in case you have accidentally left the button on. If If you ever have any safety questions or concerns, please let us know and we will address them as soon as we can.